Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. Good afternoon, Queenie.
Good afternoon, Doc. I absolutely love when a plan comes together and all of a sudden all the technology is working so great. And this is the best news ever. And
We like
you know how much I love Mondays, right?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
So far, you are not the only one who has gone to that. But it really, now I will say, when it's dark and freezing in the morning, it's a little rougher to get started. I will say that.
Well, okay, good. I'm glad that you're amongst us.
Yeah, and I just look at that temperature and go, not today. And then all of a sudden my phone starts dinging and ding, 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 let's go. And I'm like, ugh.
Yep. Well, and I just actually had a pop up on my computer that we have a winter weather advisory for tonight and tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Now I did know that SNOW was coming our way, but I didn't think it was going to be a lot. Oh no.
They're saying 2 to 3 inches of wet snow, but especially that first snowfall where everybody forgets how to drive.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Now the good news is I got most of my leaves mulched yesterday, so that was nice. But once that snow hits, that's kind of the end of my yard work, believe it or not.
I was waiting for you to come over to my house. Remember, you're supposed to come over and do my leaves.
There you go. I never thought of that. Yeah, one of my very favorite things to do in the whole world. Isn't it interesting, though, the different seasons equals different work. Here's the planting season, and in your case, that never stops apparently. But it's leaves and raking and mowing and weed eating and all those things. It really is. It's constant, and every season brings with it a new load of jobs.
Jobs, yes.
Jobs, and now we get to shovel snow. So yeah.
Well, maybe it'll melt because it's still early in the season. That's what I always say.
Well, and the good news is it really is. I already checked the temperature for Tuesday. In Kansas City, it's supposed to be 38. So hopefully that will allow the SNOW to melt.
Well, and hopefully we will get SNOW and not ICE, because that's that wonderful little thing that we like to have around here. Yeah,
I'm sure all of our faithful friends on purpose are going, what's up with the spelling? Yeah.
I don't know. KNOW.
Yeah. Please don't get any trickier. It'll confuse me.
So, Queenie.
Yo, Doc.
We have a few little national days of today that I'd like to share with you.
Did anything good fall on this particular Monday?
It's been lacking. They don't seem to be as exciting as they've been. Even last year's were a little more fun than but we'll just go with it. We'll roll with it.
Okay.
So, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Wow, it looks like pickles, but did you do those?
No, I wish I did. No, I don't. I do pickles occasionally because I'm the only one in my family that eats pickles.
Oh my gosh.
So
now I'm trying to think, since you always teach us so much, is the pickle juice the stuff that you say is so good for digestion?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, yes. Then I can see that. Now, is commercial, does that help with digestion too, or does it have to actually be real as far as you doing it?
It would help a little bit, but commercial, you don't know where your cucumbers are coming from. You don't know how they made the vinegar, and in this day and age, there's a lot of chemicals that they're spraying on crops, etc. So,
and that's the first thing that really did go in my mind because, and again, this is not a push on Kangen necessarily, but I have actually soaked cucumbers before I even put them in salad in 11.5 to get that waxy stuff off of that skin thing. And I don't want that in pickles. And so I would definitely have to be soaking before I would do the pickle, whatever the topic is called, but it's not going to happen in my lifetime anyway, but I do like cucumbers.
You like, yeah. So you don't like them. And do you not like the vinegary kind of
sour? I don't like pickles, but I'm definitely not going to make them. That's right. Yeah. That's because I can soak the cucumbers and they're delicious actually. But then to make the rest of the stuff, what's the next procedure after you clean the cucumbers? Where does the vinegar come from? Like you actually make that?
No, no, it's I buy mine, but I mean, you just don't. They make vinegar from different things, so I always go organic. And some people are like, well, organic's not clean. Well, it's the best I can do, and hopefully some of it is clean.
Yes.
So, but no,
Well,
I
happy
actually,
National Pickle Day, Dr. Laura. That's
yes,
lovely.
I'm gonna say I've made I love dill pickles. My family does not. I've also done what they call bread and butter pickles, and those you can actually make in the refrigerator. You just stuff everything into a jar and pop it in the refrigerator and let it just sit there. So I'm a big pickle person. I love it. But happy National Pickle Day, Queenie.
Thank you, Doc. I love that. And does it matter if it's sweet or dill, or do you care?
I don't care. I will even, believe it or not, you know how much I hate spice. They call them gherkins. They're about this big. They're like baby pickles,
Okay.
basically. They basically, like baby carrots, wink,
Okay.
wink.
Yeah. Right.
Um, yeah. They, there's a, brand out there that puts, I don't know if it's cayenne, but it's got a kick. But it's also sweet, so you probably wouldn't like it. It's like like the chili hot. It's kind of that kind of flavoring, but they do that with the pickles.
Is this a good time to confess to you that I have cayenne pepper in my coffee?
That's good. Do you
Yeah.
put cinnamon with it?
Yes, and it is absolutely
Is
delicious,
it
and
good?
it warms you up during these kind of days. Because, like I say, with no sunshine, I'm like, I can't do this. So the cayenne pepper works for me. Uh,
I have a story on that one.
yeah, yeah. Debbie Miller, I found out who you are. So hey, hey, hey.
Hey, Debbie Miller. No, my favorite, one of my favorite coffee shops is Maps. That's in Lenexa, and
You've
so we'll have
mentioned
to
that
tag
before.
them.
Yeah.
Yes, and I one day was in there. My husband and I were in there, and the guy that is usually there, his name's Matt. Hi, Matt. If you ever see this, I doubt it, but who knows? Um,
This is probably their busy time right now, actually.
yes, yeah, they're always busy. And he said to me, "Do you want a Mexican mocha?" And I said, "Sure." So I did
Oh
not. I
my
had no
gosh. You
idea
your
what that
spices.
was.
I instantly am going, uh-oh, Doc.
But you know what? It was so hot, but it was so good. I could not stop drinking it. I mean, it was that good. But they use real cinnamon. Now, if you've never had real cinnamon, you don't know any different. But the cinnamon flavor, the cayenne pepper brought out the cinnamon flavor, with brought out the cocoa flavor, which brought out the coffee. It sounds crazy, but it was
Now, my
delicious.
cinnamon actually, I think it's called Moroccan. Does
Okay.
that mean it's real?
Well, it depends on where you got it from. The
Because it's
big
a
box
lovely
stores.
flavor. It's not the stuff you buy in a la di da di da store. It's just Moroccan cinnamon, and it really is delicious.
I'll have to let you try some of the cinnamon that I have and see, and you can compare it, and you'll know. Um, yeah, it's the cinnamon flavor is like spicy, a real true cinnamon. I don't know if you can tell with the cayenne. Sometimes it's hard to tell. But yeah, so to make a Mexican mocha, I don't know if you'd put the cocoa in your coffee, but it's 1 part cayenne to 3 parts cinnamon, and then you put your cocoa in your coffee. But yeah,
I could roll with the 1 to 3. I just don't know if I could do the cocoa, because that would
the
be like
cocoa.
hot chocolate to me, and that's not a good fit.
Well, you wouldn't have to put sugar in there. You'd like it then, right?
Oh, no, that's a good point. All right. If I definitely did cacao or cocoa, or however you say
Yeah.
that, I could handle that maybe.
It would be interesting to see if you liked it, or even
Okay.
just leave out, like you're saying, leave out the cocoa, and then
Yeah.
you've got, it's not a mocha. It's, I guess, I don't know what it is. It's coffee,
Hot coffee
hot
on this
coffee.
freezing day.
So I've got one more National Day of, and this
Okay.
is cute. I wish, there you go.
Is that Happy Teddy Bear Day?
It is National American Teddy Bear Day. Now, I'm not really sure if I
American.
know the difference between the American teddy bear and a foreign one, but yeah, I never was a teddy bear kid. Were you a teddy
No,
bear
that
kid?
was not a good fit for me. I don't know why. I just was not a stuffed animal person. I did have a Tiny Tears doll and a Chatty Cathy hello. But the furry thing is not a good fit for me.
Yeah, I had, and I still have him, and I should have, I thought about it, and I'd have to go dig him out. His name is Fuzzy.
Oh, there you
Um,
go. That is so awesome, Doc.
Fuzzy actually looks a little dingy because Fuzzy went through the wash I don't know how many times, but he was a cat that my parents gave me when I was sick when I was a little kid in the hospital, and they gave me Fuzzy. And there are pictures of me with this. It was white. It was a white cat with blue eyes, but I still have Fuzzy. And it's funny. One of the eyes popped off. Of course, this is back, and they sewed the eyes on,
Oh,
and
wow.
the tail is kind of breaking a little bit, and you can see there's straw inside the stuffed animal, and the tail is wire. I mean, it's really kind of cool. You're like, they don't, I mean, that's probably why it's lasted that long. The kids call him dingy. He looks like he's been through the mud and back, but yeah, Fuzzy was my stuffed
Wow.
animal. But I didn't get into any of that either. I mean, we used to play Barbies, my sister and I, and we'd have them crash and fall down the stairs and all that. We'd give them
Yeah.
haircuts, and
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
so
Well,
we were a little abusive to our Barbie
yeah.
dolls.
Oh my gosh. We probably better delete that part of this video. The
Yeah, can you edit that out?
yeah, the rest of the story is for my birthday. My mother found a Tiny Tears doll and a Chatty Cathy doll and decided to resurrect those for me. And I mean, I just couldn't imagine. She said to commemorate your birthday. And that's what they literally were for. So I still have them, but I looked at that and I just thought the way toys were made years ago compared to now, everything's safety this and something that. Can you imagine a parent giving a kid a stuffed anything with wire and straw and pop off eyes and all those different things? Can you even imagine that? Everything is so safe
Well, we
factor
used to
now.
ride in the back of the station wagons without any seat belts, and I mean,
And pickup trucks even.
pickup trucks. Yeah,
You were just in the back of that bouncing
yeah.
around and
And a whole bunch of you, like 20 people. See how many people it can shove in the back.
yeah.
Yeah.
How I got a whole bunch of stuff to delete today.
Yep. Yep.
Oh
There
my
goes
God.
your image. There goes your image,
I
Queen.
know, seriously. Thank you so much for the Chatty Cathy reference. For those of you who know this well enough, it is Cathy Chat is my vodcast. And so everybody said, why don't you call it Chatty Cathy? And I thought, because I don't want Mattel to come after me. And even though I have a Chatty Cathy doll, obviously, Cathy Chat turned out to be much better. But that is a riot. And thank you, Debbie, for wondering it's about Cathy Chat. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yep. Isn't it funny, the memories?
Oh
And
yeah.
well,
What comes back to your
even
brain?
just the verbiage.
Yeah.
The verbiage, if you named it Chatty Cathy, there's a certain kind of visual with that. Like, would you just be sitting there the entire time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have enough trouble making sure it's not aimless and wandering without calling it Chatty Cathy. I know. Thank you. I'm okay with that. Yeah.
So, Queenie,
Yo, Doc.
today was a Red Stellar Day. It was a first for me.
Whoa.
I was able to do my first video for my Diary of a Greenhouse. Now, when it's going to be out is another story, but
Oh my gosh. I still can't believe literally from last week's tour on location, that whole drill, this turned out, well, I hope for you too, it turned out tons better than you even expected.
It's planning and going through all that. I got excited the more, things came together. But yeah, I'm still fooling around with temperatures and humidity and heaters and no heaters. But,
Like
it'll
be house.
Yeah. 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 Nowhere to sleep here. Well, I could sleep in the garden bed. I mean, it's strong
There you
enough.
go. You could sleep in the garden bed. That's very good though.
Yeah. But, but today I did my first video, and stay tuned for that. That'll be out probably in the next week or so.
That is super duper exciting.
So yes, super excited about, and it'll be a learn experience for myself as well as for the people watching, because I've never grown in a greenhouse. So we will see what we learn as we go along.
That is the coolest thing ever.
So
Speaking of videos, Dr. Laura, did you know that one of our faithful friends on purpose is on a Win-Win Women TV show on Wednesday this week?
no, I didn't. Why? Whoever would that be? Or
Whoever would
whomever?
that be? I wonder whoever that would be. For those of you who follow us regularly, either live or certainly on the replay, our one and only faithful friend on purpose, Debbie Miller, is going to be a guest on Win-Win Women TV show with the one and
Yay.
only Emmylou Penrod. And you probably know
Awesome.
Emmylou from Delinda Lane's Fun Fearless Female global community of Christian women. So we've just got our whole network just explosive with all these dynamic women stars all over the internet. So this has been so cool to
Yes, we
watch.
do. And Emmylou is a fantastic host with that. I was on that too. So yay, Debbie. Awesome. And
Absolutely.
I'm going to try and tune into that. Hopefully I can listen.
It is Wednesday at 5 o'clock Central, I believe.
Okay.
But be sure and check her LinkedIn page because she posted the location and the link so we can just follow along right there. But yeah, I definitely want to watch live.
Awesome. Well, congratulations, Debbie Dub.
Yeah.
Hashtag.
Hashtag. That's right. That's awesome.
So, Queenie,
You,
got
Doc.
another. I'm so Queenie today.
Yes.
I have a thought.
Uh-oh.
Do you think business people or business owners, or I could even just say customer service in general, do you think we're losing integrity nowadays?
Well, I have actually found, well, even in my Kangen water business, when people have questions, it is so incredibly awesome and convenient to be able to do a Zoom with someone as far as training them, teaching them, helping them, answering those kind of questions. And I think it probably is waning as far as customer service in the world because people either don't have interest or time, and sometimes both. And so I have found that being able to train and even retrain some folks on the nuances of these water machines, Zoom is such a fantastic thing because you can take your computer over to wherever your machine is if you need to, or even do a screen share on the company website, and you can usually help your friends, your team, your family from there. Now, other stores or wherever you would go, and all of a sudden you take back a defective something. I feel how they treat you when you have to do a return might be more important even than the initial sale. So I do think that customer service in the world has gone down, and maybe if you are able to Zoom, it's better. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
It's hit or miss just being out in the world, even just in general with shopping,
Yep.
going to a grocery store or wherever. Sometimes you get a really cranky person, or just rude customers or people that are you're supposed to be serving you. And then other times, it's fantastic. I know we've talked about, what I've seen you occasionally in action out in the world with stores or whatever. You're like I am. We'll talk to anybody, and I always make a point, especially to be friendly and compliment people, especially when you see they're having a not so great day, But as far as integrity, it's lately it seems to be lacking or missed or overlooked. My interpretation.
I always wonder about the training. That's where my brain always goes, because certainly to heaven, you weren't trained to do that and to respond to me that way. So I always think in terms of who is training the person. And one of the things that I have done in restaurants actually is repartee with the server and thank you for this and thank you for that. And I always take my own water, of course, and it's discreet. I don't plop it out there necessarily, but they come back to fill your water. They do whatever they're doing, and just a little chat with them. And then toward the end of the evening, I always say, if it's good service, I always say, could I see the manager, please? And usually they're like, oh my gosh, what? I thought I had done every single possible thing you could have wanted. And they don't respond that way, but they go, sure. And everything kind of changes. And so then the manager comes over trepidatiously, like, now what? And I always say, oh my gosh, it's so nice to meet you. I just wanted to shake the hand of the person that was responsible for employing this incredible server that we had tonight. And so it basically diffuses the topic. And I have had more people go, what? And because nobody thanks for good service, they only yip if it wasn't good service. And so I always make a point. Did you hire Susie? I sure did. What's the problem? Oh my gosh, there's no problem. I just wanted to shake the hand of the smartest person in the room, because if you hired her, that says a lot about you. And I just wanted to meet you. And they don't know how to respond to that. And
Yep.
I think a lot of that has gone by the wayside too.
Well, and as you were talking about that, I even was thinking about with my kids, I always worked on, and we're getting sidetracked a little bit, but manners, please and thank you. Always being polite. Nothing drives me crazier if somebody doesn't say thank you or you're welcome, or, and they know that. They know that. I basically pounded it in their head. But
yes. Well, I'm afraid of you, so I know it too. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just happened to be noticing just lately the word integrity popped into my head, and it's interesting that even in life, once in a while you'll find somebody that is not integrity, good character. I'm trying to think of what other things that tie together. There are still people out there that are not that way, and it's sad. I always look at life as too short.
Oh my gosh, it really seriously is.
So yeah. So it looks like it's time for the wheel now.
Oh my gosh, Doc, did you know I love the wheel?
I know. You love Mondays and you love the wheel. That's what I heard. She
That's
loves the wheel.
about killing you, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is just so fun, honestly. But I think about these kind of things before, and what people do as far as whether it's the wheel or whatever the topic is. It's so fun to be able to let people see when the wheel is actually spinning. And so that's why I love to be able to do this on Doc and Queenie. So are you ready, Doc?
I am ready, Queenie.
All right. Wait till it stops all the way and we will see what we will chat about today.
Ooh,
Boom.
Hi, hashtags. All right.
Boom. All right. We love hashtags.
Well, I have a little story. If Debbie Dub is still on, I happened to go on Facebook this morning.
Yeah.
And actually, I wonder if I could bring it up. She had posted something, and I was really impressed by her hashtags because there were some new ones that I had never seen, or that I didn't think about. Maybe she posted about Monday, hashtag mindset, hashtag gratitude. Of course, I've seen those, but hashtag opportunities, hashtag new beginnings, hashtag dream big, hashtag achieving goals. So those are all powerful hashtags and appropriate to what she was posting. And that's what hashtagging is. A lot of people don't hashtag, but you can hashtag. I've learned a lot with hashtags on my reels with Instagram. I pick apart whatever the topic is and I hashtag it to death. I really do. But I happen to notice Debbie Dub hashtag. I happen to notice your hashtags and I'm like, oh, there's some new ones. I never thought about that. And then just how you put it together, it was very appropriate for the post.
It is seriously the coolest thing ever. And your hashtag diary of a greenhouse, your hashtag kitchen garden expert, Debbie's hashtag Debbie Dub. Now, in Debbie's case, people are probably not going to look for Debbie Dub. That's her identifier. Same thing with my hashtag Kathy Chat. They might not have heard of it yet, so they're not going to be searching for that. That's kind of my identifier. Even the hashtag Doc and Queenie, if people haven't met us yet, they wouldn't know to look for it. But then, of course, you add the networking or the garden or the kitchen or the organic or water or whatever your topic would be. But it's just amazing that you can also get a hashtag to identify you. And I think it's the coolest thing that all of a sudden it's trending. And I'm like, how did that happen? So, yeah.
Yes. Hashtags are really cool. So thank you, Debbie Dub. Hashtag Debbie Dub.
Absolutely. Now, can you explain to our viewers, listeners, what is a hashtag like? If you put it somewhere, why does it matter? Why does it help?
It helps with the search engine when people are searching for different things. Of course, they probably won't search for kitchen garden expert, but I do know that the kitchen garden in the hashtag kitchen garden expert is one of your options that might pop up. And since I hashtag kitchen garden expert all the time, I haven't hit 1,000 yet. I'm waiting to hit 1,000. It will link to my website. It'll link to my Instagram reels. It'll link to my LinkedIn account. It'll link into Facebook. So it's kind of like a link when people go out searching for things. Would that be a easy way to explain that, Queenie? Because I know you have a little different twist.
But that's exactly perfect, because when someone's doing a Google search, when someone's making a post on Twitter, certainly TikTok, and you want to find water or filter or alkaline or whatever your topic is, or author or speaker or trainer or whatever that is, you're going to type into Google search one of those words, and up comes the people who have used those hashtags for their particular promotion. So I have found it to be incredibly effective.
Yes. And like we talk about a lot with my reels on Instagram, it's been fantastic for me. I mean, I'm in the thousands all the time, and it's because of the hashtags. And then I also, my daughter, my 24-year-old daughter, even though I'm 29,
that's Gigi math. Don't forget, it's Gigi math.
Gigi math, yes. Told me the other day that I should. I'm trying to remember the hashtag. Add the hashtag satisfying to the end of one of my lists of hashtags. So I thought, well, let's just see. And of course it was, yes, there you go. Kathy check, miracles with water. Yes. So I put it in one of my reels for the garden, or the greenhouse, I should say. And I got 1,100 hits. So, and it was funny because it also connected to me to other people that have used it. So yeah, it's valid. I mean, sometimes people are like, oh, this is too much. But if you get into that routine of always putting and I don't know how you operate, Queenie, but I do at least 3 to 5 hashtags per, if it's a Facebook post, a LinkedIn post, those kinds of things. Now on the reels, I do between 20 and 25 most of the time. And then other times I don't feel like it. So I might do 7. Yeah. So what is your take on how you hashtag?
Depending upon the platform and the topic, 3 to 5 is my quote norm. And especially on LinkedIn, when I'm helping with posting parties, I always suggest to be your own first comment. And in your own first comment, then you can add additional hashtags to your comment. So whatever you've posted is lovely, let's say 3 to 5. And then when you comment on your own post, you could do another 3 to 5. So it just really does depend. And I think I even mentioned on this call, one of my sales in, I think most recently October, I think the end of October, one of my most recent sales for Kangen water, I always say, if I don't recognize the person's name and they say, can you help me with this? Can you help me place an order? Yes. But then I always say, how did you hear about Kangen water the first time? Nothing. I was doing a Google search on healthy drinking water, and Kangen came up. So I did the research on Kangen. And then when I looked for Kangen in Kansas City, you came up. And I was like, well, there we go. And so, because I always ask in case it's one of my reps that one of my family that sent them to me and didn't bother to say, don't forget Susie Cusey's coming to see you. I always ask because, needless to say, I put their ID number on the application. But when this gentleman and his company, he wanted a machine, like, can you hurry this up along? I want one now. And that's how he found me, because I hashtag Kangen, hashtag alkaline, hashtag healthy, hashtag organic, hashtag green, and all of these different things. And that's, he didn't need help with installation. He didn't need nothing. He just wanted a water machine. And you can't get one with a Najek Kangen Water Company without an ID number. So I was like, well, thank you very much. And thank you, Google, and thank you, everything. Most of the time, and not always, because this has happened before. I had a lady in Arizona actually that found me as well. But most of the time, it's a referral of a referral of a referral. Remember when I met you at Chamber 456 years ago and you were selling Kangen water machines? Do you still do that? And those things have happened also. But it's being top of mind, being out there, being findable, and allowing the search engine to let the people find you. And I think you're exactly right about the numbers of hashtags. You do so great on your reels. And have you done your analytics recently that people have been able to see how you put this incredible together?
Not recently, just because I've been entrenched in greenhouses.
Or at least one big one.
Yeah, I'll glance at my numbers, and I'm up about 100 people in the past.
Oh my gosh.
So, and it's funny, there actually was, and I don't know if it's real. There was an actor. I'm a Blue Bloods fan. 456 years ago, more Gigi Math. Yes. She looks fabulous for 450 years old.
Yeah, the higher the numbers go, the better I do look. So that's good.
So, anyways, I was following this one of the actors from the Blue Bloods cast, and supposedly he friended me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not sure if this is real, but hey,
Wow. Now, how did you check that out? Actually,
I'm sorry.
How did you check that out? If you get a celebrity after you, how do you know it's legit?
I don't know. I really don't know if it is or not.
Wow.
So, but I had to laugh because I'm like, wow, I have a celebrity following me, whatever. but it was just like you were talking about, it was the hashtags. And then it was also the interconnectedness with everybody, the referrals. There's many times you see patterns, especially on Instagram, because they have pop-ups that show you so-and-so is following you. And then you can see, who's following who because who knows who. So that's another piece of the hashtag part.
Do you do Instagram mostly from your phone or from your computer?
Mostly 100% from my phone.
100%. Okay.
Yep.
I'm always curious about this. I tried to do one of my little techniques on my phone for LinkedIn and it didn't work.
No.
So I'm going to absolutely have to go to the computer. And so every platform has its different nuances within how you can do certain things. So that's why I was wondering. Wow, from your phone. All right. I definitely need to get better at Instagram because that is not my gift yet. I'm on there, but I don't do reels yet. And some of the things that you do. And it's very cool how you do that. And I still remember between your son digging up a tree root situation and the piece of lettuce. And those seem to be your two biggies so far. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
Yes. Let me look and see. I do check my occasionally, like I said, let me check and see because he was at 11,000 views.
For digging up a tree root. That's pretty good.
11,500. But who's counting?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's crazy. It really is crazy, but fun. I mean, I'm having fun. So I think that's that's what it's all about.
Absolutely, and it really is.
So guess what, Queenie? It looks like
we've been able to chat with Debbie Dubb and look forward to her show on Wednesday. I know that you got to do a video because of Delinda Lane's event coming up in February. And we've just had video all over the place, Doc.
Yep. You were ahead of me on the videos for the Fun Fearless Female, but hey, check those out. They're very informative.
Oh, her website says it all, honestly. Yep. wowtheworld2023.com. And it really, seriously, Delinda has everything on there that you need to know about this experience in February. And, who is not going to want to get out of Kansas City and go to Las Vegas when it comes to be February?
This is true. So, all right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us on Doc and Queenie Facebook Live. If you would like to reach out to either of us, you can find Kathy Weaver, AKC or AKA, I should say, Queenie, at KathyWeaverKC.com, and then Kathy Weaver KC all over social media, or myself, Doc, aka Laura Christine, at KitchenGardenExpert.com and Kitchen Garden Expert all over social media. So until next time, everybody have a fabulous and fantastic and blessed day, and be safe with the snow. Queenie, I guess I'm not going anywhere. I don't know about you. Take care and have a blessed week, everyone. And we'll see you back here on Monday at
high noon.
Bye-bye.
Bye now. Thanks, Debbie Dub. We'll be watching on Wednesday. Bye for now.
Yep. Bye-bye.